An important market to understand is the capacity market. Previously a main source of revenue for turbine units, we are seeing increased activity in the market from storage and merchant renewables. The first question is, why does the capacity market matter? You can see here from the prices in blue that the prices have been increasing over time for the T-4. A price of 160,000 per megawatt means that someone with a 10 megawatts of thermal capacity could get 1.6 million of revenue per year. And why are we talking about it now? Well, recently they have published the qualification window for the T-4 2030-31 auction. And you can see for the main parameters here, they have been published as well. Once the regulator and EirGrid have a full view of the competitive landscape, they will publish the detailed figures around how much capacity they will procure and give a guide on the price. They want to maintain the competitive tension in the auction, but also make sure they procure enough capacity. One parameter that is a particular concern for storage is around the derating factor. EirGrid don't value every megawatt of capacity the same. The graph here shows the derating factor for battery commissioned in 2026 versus one that's going to be commissioned in the future in 2030. An 8-hour battery in the future is derated as much as a 4-hour battery in 2026. These moving parameters make it really difficult in building a business case for storage, even though there is more of a call for these types of assets in the market. And EirGrid have other mechanisms to ensure that they procure the right capacity at a fair price. Closer to the auction, they will publish their demand curves. Depending on how aggressive they want the capacity, they will determine how much they will procure and at how much. They will also focus on the cost of new entrant that you can see here in the middle of the graph, and that is how much revenue does a new unit need, and base their price around this aspect. So these are things that you're going to have to watch closer to the auction date. Another thing to watch out is for how much capacity is required. The larger the gap between what's been procured versus what is required will have to be filled in subsequent auctions. This is part of the competitive analysis that any participant will have to undertake if they're going to partake in the auction. And you also have to look at what has happened in the past. The red box is an estimate here of how much is needed. Knowing how much is needed and how the price will determine the value in the market. You have to consider these assets that are terminating capacity too to factor into your analysis. The capacity markets are really interesting. They're an important source of revenue, and when working properly, give the right signals for generation in the right location. There are definite challenges in the market. Once a qualification part is done, the focus turns to the competitive analysis and the value, and that is the part that is really interesting.